The Kremlin dismissed a Wall Street Journal report that Iran had sent short-range ballistic missiles to Russia, with Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov stressing that the two countries are developing dialogue in all areas.
We saw this report. This kind of information is not always true. Iran is our important partner. We are developing our trade and economic relations. We are developing our cooperation and dialogue in all possible areas, including the most sensitive ones, and will continue to do so in the interests of the peoples of our two countries.
The allegations, published by the Washington Post, claim that US and European officials have confirmed the delivery of Iranian short-range ballistic missiles to Russia. This development, which the US government views as a significant escalation, provides Moscow with new military capabilities as its war against Ukraine drags on. According to a US official, the missiles have finally been delivered, marking a major concern for Western nations. The transfer is seen as a potential violation of international sanctions and Western diplomatic efforts to curb military support for Moscow. Iran's response has been equally firm. A spokesman for Iran's mission at the United Nations refuted the claims, stating that Iran abstains from engaging in such actions and called on other nations to halt the supply of weapons to conflict zones. The denial came as Moscow continues to face accusations of sourcing military equipment from various international partners, including North Korea. Meanwhile, the shipments have cast a shadow over Iran's efforts to improve relations with Western nations. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian, who has expressed hopes of easing economic sanctions to bolster Iran's struggling economy, now faces increased scrutiny. Western diplomats have already warned Tehran that continued military support for Russia could derail any chance of sanctions relief. European and US officials, already coordinating on responses to Russia's aggression in Ukraine, are reportedly working on further sanctions targeting Iran. Among the measures under consideration are bans on Iranian air traffic to Europe and sanctions against businesses involved in the missile shipments. However, some European diplomats have expressed reservations about taking harsher economic measures against Iran, fearing it could further destabilize the region. The missile transfers come at a time when Ukraine's defenses are under considerable strain from Russian missile and drone attacks. President Volodymyr Zelensky, speaking to international leaders at a meeting in Germany, reiterated the urgent need for advanced air defense systems to counter Russian strikes. Ukraine's defenses, while increasingly bolstered by Western technology, have struggled to intercept many of the ballistic missiles launched by Russia.
The world has enough air defense systems to ensure that Russian terror does not have results.
Ballistic missiles, which travel at high speeds and follow unpredictable trajectories, pose a significant challenge for air defense systems. While Ukraine's Patriot missile defense systems have proven effective, the limited supply leaves Kyiv vulnerable. The addition of Iranian missiles to Russia's arsenal could further strain these defenses, adding pressure on Western countries to accelerate their support. As Iran's military ties with Russia deepen, international observers fear a growing axis between Moscow and Tehran. The missile deliveries are also expected to complicate US diplomatic efforts with Iran,